The inevitable morning comes, sings Leah in the bridge of Mafia in the morning. Right? In the morning being the title of the song in English, this phrase seems especially significant, and it is. This phrase is also an acrostic poem, the moment Itzy metaphorically reveals what the subject of this story needs to do. 마침내 피할 수 없는 아침이 와. Mafia, the Korean reverse romanization for Mafia. In the morning, as the title of the song makes sense with this in mind, considering in the game of Mafia, all players of the game wake up in the morning and based on evidence of what has happened the night before, need to deduce who the Mafia is in the game. Metaphorical and conceptually intentional, Mafia in the Morning as well as the Guess Who album stands out as remarkably significant in Itzy's discography. Mafia in the Morning is a song that relates confessing your love to revealing yourself as the antagonist in a game of Mafia. The best part of this concept, in my opinion, is that the song structure follows the sequence of an actual game of Mafia, the day and night cycle. As the song builds up to the pre-chorus, Leah and Chaeryung remark that the subject of the story will finally have to make a decision as to who they think the Mafia is. At the end of the pre-chorus, it is announced that the nighttime has already come, the time where the Mafia is able to strike the other players of the game. At the end of the chorus, Yuna and Ryujin say that it's daytime, ushering us into the post-chorus where Yuna remarks about what happened the night before. The chorus then ends with the leading message of the entire song: who is it? The Mafia. The subject of the story needs to make a decision as to who they think the culprit is, but an interesting dynamic that is presented as we progress through the game, we know that the subject is not in any danger. The Mafia is eliminating everybody else but the subject. The way the narrator will ultimately show their true feelings is by being the last person left with the subject of the story. By the end of the game, the subject will know who the Mafia is and why the narrator decided to spare them. This song is an actual game of Mafia. It's incredible. I talk about concepts a lot in K-pop. It's the thing that I personally look forward to the most, and this is a shining example of what I look forward to. It's an intentional and heavy-handed play into a concept, something that JYP Entertainment isn't always the most reliable at doing. And moreover, this project has nothing to do with Itzy's inherent concept, yet works so insanely well because the project was given the attention to detail it requires. I would actually say that, in my opinion, this is one of Itzy's best works for that reason. The product in the end stands out as incredibly creative, touching on the trend of the game of Mafia in a very thoughtful way. It has very little to do with their self-empowerment narrative, but showcases Itzy's potential in terms of performance and concept, something we've been missing for quite a while. It kind of makes me sad. Again, I think this is Itzy at their absolute strongest. They can do anything because they have the potential to commit to it fully. Nothing represents this more clearly than Guess Who, in my opinion, and that's kind of it. The concept of this album isn't incredibly complex, but I don't think concepts need to be complex, they just need to have intention, which is what I think JYP is sort of neglecting universally for most of their groups nowadays. I look back on this album in particular very favorably because there's a lot of meaningful work that was incorporated to develop this album's concept. That's all Itzy needs. They have the talent, they have the performance ability, they have showcased their commitment to the work. They just need creative support from the teams behind them. I need the divisions under JYP to be more intentional in their work again, and that's pretty much it. I love this album. The B-sides, Shoot, really should have been a single, but this was, I think this was the last comeback where Itzy was only releasing one single per album. Yeah, I think that's it, or I think that's all. This is kind of a short analysis, but again, I don't think concepts need to be insanely depthful to be successful. We just need intentionality, which I think Guess Who had in abundance. I think it's my favorite Itzy project for that reason. But yeah, thank you for watching this. If you did, let me know what you think about Guess Who. If you have any other ideas or opinions about this, subscribe if you want to, and I will see you next time.